What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So recently I bought new iPhones that were just released by Apple, and I actually bought them like a week ago by now, and I just hadn't got the time to review them yet. And it's not that they are exciting, they are probably some of the least exciting devices that Apple released recently. And as you can see, these are the new iPhone 16e iPhones right there. And something cool that I actually realized about these devices, so you can see this is my 16 Pro. It has 3 cameras, but probably this is something you didn't know. You can see that there's 3 circles on the wallpaper that this iPhone comes with, and the 3 circles here depict these 3 camera circles that you see right there. And if you look at the iPhone 16e, it has, you can see, the circle, and from this you can tell how many circles this phone's camera is going to have. Now, like I mentioned, I bought all the colors of the iPhone 16e, as you can see, and just by looking at the boxes from the front, you can actually tell which color is which, because the iPhone 16e is actually available in 2 colors. Now, can you tell which one is the black color and which one is probably the white color? You can probably tell if I bring them closer like this. And the one way to tell is if you look at the frame, like the out frame of the iPhone 16e front like this, you can probably tell that this one is fully blacked out. And then if you look at this one, you can see the frame right there has like a white finish, meaning this is the white one and this is the black one. And you can see as well, when you shift or when you tilt them to the side just like this, you can see how, now the Apple logo is dark on this one, and on this one it's white to depict the colors. Other than that, the iPhone logo as well is in different colors, the black and white one you can see right there, and so is the top section and the bottom section. This is the back side of these 2 devices, and the only difference that you are going to see when you look at the back is that you can see here it says black, and if you look at the same spot on this one, it says white. And the storage has been incremented by making the base storage start at 128 gigs, unlike the previous iPhone SE that this one replaces. And unfortunately, these devices also get a price hike increase, and the previous SE was starting at $429, but these new ones actually get an increase of about 39.6%, making the price increase or a little bit expensive by $170. So $599 is the new price that this device is shipping. And let's quickly open them and look at these devices right here. So maybe we'll start with the black one, unbox it and see. I'll just put this one on the side just like this. And of course, yes, we do have a pull tab right there. And then there's another pull tab right there, as you can see. And of course, it's gonna come off slowly just like this, actually faster than what I thought. And you can see inside this box, there's actually a little imprint. It's like a dent so that the camera finishing of the 16e fits in the box properly. And this is how the black color looks. You can see the finish right there. And let me put my first fingerprint on this Apple logo just like that. Wonderful. And then we just bring it out the box. You can see I've just removed this front cover. That's neat. And now you can see the front of this phone. Now this is the power button right there, the one that wakes and sleeps your phone as well. And you can see this phone actually has a flash. There's a microphone there and the single camera lens that you can see right there. And it seems like we have antenna bands. One is there and the other one is on top just like that. And we have other antenna bands right there. And right here you can see we have the side action button or customizable button, volume up and volume down. And then in Canada, I'm not sure about the US 100%, but you can see in Canada, we do get a SIM card slot right there. And basically right here, we have a microphone and then the speaker and the USB-C on the new iPhone 16e. Now that's the one that is the black one, and you can see the accessories that it comes with. Basically, we get the actually a SIM ejector too that you can see, and we get a braided USB-C to USB-C cable. You can see the USB-C tips right there, and of course we get some paperwork right there, but unfortunately there is no Apple logo. And even with the iPhone 16s last year, Apple discontinued or removed the Apple stickers right there. But yeah, that's basically all that we get in this box. And now we're quickly going to move on to the white and see how the colors look in comparison to each other. So I'll just put the black one just like this, and now this is the white one. I think, you know, we'll compare the colors, but I think I have in mind which one is going to be a better color, at least for me in terms of aesthetics. I just pull this off. Oh, that didn't actually come off as nice as the black one. But now if I erase the box just like this, look at that. This is how the white one looks, and remove it. That's neat. I like that, man. Yeah, you can see how the white one looks. And of course, the accessories that you are going to get are the same USB-C to USB-C cable with a SIM ejector too. And this is braided. And yeah, the same type of paperwork is what we get. And yeah, there is a recycle item there to tell you to remind you to recycle your box. So yeah, that's basically what you get. And now let's look at these phones side by side to see which one looks better. So yeah, this is the white one and this is the black one. Let me know in the comments below which color you think looks the best. For me personally, I would say the white one. I'm leaning more towards the white one as compared to the black one. And you can see how they look at the front, just like this. This is on the, you know, side to side, and on top and on the bottom. Other than that, let's turn both devices on and set them up. Okay, the black one turned on slightly fast. I'm just gonna wipe the black one slightly just to remove some of my fingerprints. And yeah, you can see this one has some sort of night mode that's on, and the white one is just turning on as well. And you can see how they turn on just like this. It's pretty good. You know, you come up to the hello screen. Now, this is not an iPhone that I recommend you upgrade to if you have like any of like the iPhone 15 Pros or any version of the 16s, because you know this one, even though it has an A18 chip that's found in the iPhone 16 and 16 Plus, it actually is meant to replace the iPhone SE 3rd gen or the special edition. And the 3rd gen that it replaces was actually released in 2022. So it's been a couple of years since Apple last released a new iPhone. And I'll just quickly select the English region. I'm in Canada right now, so let me quickly go to the selection, and here I'll select Canada. Same with oh my goodness, there's actually no Canada, but the cool thing is maybe I have to set this one up first. So I'll set up my appearance, continue, and then there's a quick start setup with, you can see if you want to set up your iPhone using one of your other devices, you can actually do that, because you see here there's going to be a pop-up screen that tells you whether you want to set it up using your existing phone, and you can do that. But I'll just close this, and then I'll say set up without another device. Now I have to connect to Wi-Fi. After Wi-Fi connection, it says it may take a few minutes to activate your phone, so I'll give it some time as it activates. And now let me go back to this one and see if I can find Canada again. Canada shows up right on top. I'll select Canada right there, click continue, set up without using another phone, and then I'll quickly connect to Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is now connected on both devices. You can tap the screen to wake, and now after that, the next screen that shows up is the data and privacy. I'll click continue. You can set it up for yourself or for your family and I'll just click where it says setup. The color on the screens actually looks slightly different, and I can't access the control center yet because we are still doing the setup process, but this one has a little bit of like night shift on, while this one probably has it off. That's why maybe there's the color difference. But yeah, you can see how they look, and you can tell which one is the black one and which one is the white one from just looking at the frame. And right now I'll say setup later when it comes to Face ID, and now it's asking for passcode. If you don't want to put a passcode, you can click here and then don't use a passcode, and it will give you like a warning, and I'll say don't use passcode, just like that. And now the next thing is to transfer your data. Now, since these are more of test phones right here, I won't transfer any data. So say don't transfer anything, don't transfer anything. And then the next thing is your Apple account, or what previously used to be known as your Apple ID. So sign in options, and it says use another device to sign in or use multiple accounts. You can do that. So I'll say use another device to sign in, just like that. And guess what? On my other phone, when I do that, it actually brings up like a pop-up screen, which I'll now click here where it says get started, and it scans my Face ID. And now I have to align these bubbles just like that with my existing phone, and you can see continue on your iPhone. And basically on this iPhone, it says that it's getting things ready, and it just shows up my Apple ID. So I'll say set up for me on the new phone, just like that. And now it says enjoy your phone, and you can see I can click where it says done, and right here you can see the terms and conditions for iOS. I'll agree, of course, in order to continue. And now you can see here it's signing me into my account. And of course, the process is going to be the same when it comes to this new device. So while this actually loads up and signs into my different accounts and different services, I'll click other sign-in options and actually enter passcode for iPhone. Right here it says the passcode that unlocks my 14 Pro also gives you access to your protected iCloud data on this phone. So I'll quickly enter it. Now it says here's everything set up as you had it on your other phone, and you can see don't transfer any apps or data and screen times and locations right there. Now I just have to click continue. If I wanted to customize, you know, there's a option to do that. And on my other devices, such as my Mac and other iPhones, I just got a notifications that a new device has been added to your account. And transfer your mobile phone, this is where it gives you the ability to actually transfer your mobile phone. You actually don't need to remove the SIM card in one of my phones and put them in here in order to transfer that. Since this supports eSIM, I can actually just transfer it wirelessly, and it will show you how many phone numbers you have. So it says I have 2 phone numbers available to transfer, or I can set up later in settings. For me, this is the option that I'll select because I want to set it up later in settings. Like I mentioned, this is a test phone for me. The next screen is iPhone Analytics, don't share. That's the option that I'll select just for now. And now the next thing that pops up is Apple Intelligence. I'll click continue, and you can see Visual Intelligence is now supported on the iPhone 16e, and I'll click continue just like that. And right here it shows the action button. Press and hold to turn silent mode on and off, and you can also customize it. So by default it's set to the silent mode, and when I press and hold it, it's actually activating the haptics. So I can customize now, and you can see the different functions that we can use the action button for. So there's Visual Intelligence, there's flashlight, voice memo, translate, magnifier. I think the new exciting one is Visual Intelligence, that helps you to learn the world around you and get more information about what you see. So I'll do that, and then I'll click where it says continue just like this. It's actually taking a moment to load, as you can see. The next thing is Siri. I can set up later in settings, and now there's emergency SOS right there. You can activate it by pressing and holding these. So you press the side button and either the volume up to make an emergency call, and it has auto crash detection and it has emergency SOS via satellite. I'll click continue right there, and now it says welcome to iPhone, and it has the Apple Intelligence animation. I'll say swipe up to get started. When this iPhone, use this iPhone when sharing your location. You are currently using 16 Pro. So if I was carrying this phone with me everywhere I go, and you know, I want to share my location with like family, I would say use this. But since this is not my main one, I'll click not now, just so that it doesn't mess up with my location, and boom, just like that, we are all set up. So that's the setup process. Now I'm quickly going to do the same on the white one, which I feel is the better looking color, and then we're gonna continue and I'm gonna tell you a little bit about this iPhone. Once both phones have been set up, you can see how they look. Functionality is more or less the same, and of course the apps that you're going to see are going to depend on what you have. Now a little bit about the iPhone 16e. These devices have an A18 chip that's found in the iPhone 16 and 16 Plus, and they have been released to replace the iPhone SE 3rd gen that was lastly released in 2023. Both of them have 8 gigs of RAM, and the reason why they have kind of an upgraded RAM, and that is considerably higher than the previous one, is because of Apple Intelligence, which they do support. And like you saw, you have the ability to set up Apple Intelligence from the start page. Now, something that's new about these devices is that they support visual intelligence from the camera or from the action button right here that you see. So if you do set it up right, I did on one of these devices, you can see it has visual intelligence that comes up right there, and you can see it just pops up and it doesn't really do anything. I believe there's a software update that I have to initiate and go through in order to allow for that, so you can see what it does. Something else that these devices have, if you want to set up the cellular connectivity, they have a Apple C1 modem, which is a cellular chip designed by Apple, and hopefully that would mean, or hopefully that goes to mean, that these devices have more beta stable connections when it comes to like cellular connectivity. Even though these devices don't have MagSafe, so you cannot magnetically attach like your magnetic wallet or your MagSafe accessories on the back of your iPhone, they do support wireless charging, and the speed or the charging at which they support is at 7.5 watts. But yes, unfortunately there is no MagSafe, and that's one of the biggest downfalls of these phones. And another big downfall is the fact that they are actually more expensive compared to the previous SE. In fact, they are $170 more expensive, since the previous SE came in at $429 and these ones come in at $599. Now, there is no camera control like I mentioned, so no button here, unlike what we have on the iPhone 16 that has this camera control that you see right there. These ones don't have that, and they also don't release alongside like a clear case that you can see on my 16 Pro. These ones just released with the Apple Silicon cases, and I did review a bunch of cases here, and they have no cinematic video mode and no action video mode. Also, with the release of this iPhone, it goes to mean that Apple is no longer selling a 64 gig iPhone. Everything now starts at 128 gigs, which is good. I don't know if that just justifies the fact that these are more expensive. I don't think they should be, since, you know, if you're taking more better quality images and videos, then yes, there is no choice, or there's no option other than to increase the storage. But yeah, now Apple all the iPhones they sell start at 128 gigs, and Apple has also discontinued the iPhone 14, the 14 Plus, and the iPhone SE because of these or the release of the iPhone 16e. So basically this is just old housing with the newer Apple silicon chip. You know, this just almost reminds me about it's pretty similar to one of my old iPhones, which is, you know, you see this phone that you see here, this is the iPhone 13, pretty similar to these new iPhone 16es. But the good thing or the advantage that this has is that, you know, my iPhone 13 doesn't have Apple Intelligence. These have Apple Intelligence, and they also have newer like a newer processor inside, the A18 chip and the C1 chip, which is probably going to mean better connectivity, and also the power of the iPhone 16 but with an older body is what these have to offer, and the RAM has been improved. So basically those are the new iPhone 16e devices. You know, not my typical favorite phone or one that I would upgrade to as my main. I mean, I'm happy to use them as a test phone, but for now these are the devices, and that's it for me for now. If you like this video, hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.